Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hanisa Yumna Sabita and I will be reading the Harry Potter book, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Chapter 2, The Vanishing Glass. Nearly 10 years has passed since the Dursley has woken up to find their nephew on the front step. But Private Drive had hardly changed at all. The sun rose on the same tidy front garden and lit up the brass number 4 on the Dursley front door. It crept into their living room, which was almost exactly the same as it had been on the night when Mr. Dursley had seen that fateful news report about the owl. Only the photograph on the mantelpiece really showed how much time has passed. 10 years ago. There has been a lot of pictures of what looked like a large pink beach ball wearing different colored bonnet. But Dudley Dursley was no longer a baby, and now the photograph showed a large blond boy riding his first bicycle on a carousel on the fair, playing a computer game with his father, being hugged and kissed by his mother. The room held no sign at all that another boy lived in the house too. Yet Harry Potter was still there, asleep at the moment, but not for long. His aunt Petunia was awake, and it was her shrill voice that made the first noise of the day. Up! Get up! Now! Harry woke up. Harry woke with a start. His aunt rapped on the door again. Up! She screamed. Harry heard her walking toward the kitchen and then the sound of the frying pan being put on the stove. He rolled onto his back and tried to remember the dream he had been having. It had been a good one. There had been a flying motorcycle in it. He had a funny feeling that he had the same dream before. His aunt was back outside the door. Are you up yet? She demanded. Nearly, said Harry. Well, get a move on. I want you to look after the bacon, and don't you dare let it burn. I want everything to be perfect for Debbie's birthday. Harry groaned. What did you say? His aunt snapped through the door. Nothing. Dudley's birthday. How could he forgotten? Harry got slowly out of the bed and started looking for socks. He found a pair under his bed, and after pulling a spider off one of them, put them on. Harry was used to spiders because the cupboard under the stair was full of them, and that was where he slept. When he was dressed, he went down the hall into the kitchen. The table was almost hidden beneath all Dudley birthday presents. It looked as though Dudley has forgotten. It looked as though Dudley had gotten the new computer he wanted, not to mention the second television and the racing bike. Exactly why Dudley wanted a racing bike was a mystery to Harry, as Dudley was very fat and hated exercise, unless, of course, if it involved punching somebody. Dudley's favorite punching bag was Harry, but he couldn't catch him. Harry didn't look it, but he was very fast. Perhaps it had something to do with living in the dark cupboard. But Harry has always been small and skinny for his age. He looked even smaller and skinnier than he really was because all he has to wear were old clothes of Dudley, and Dudley was about 4 times bigger than he was. Harry had a thin face, knobbly knees, black hair, bright green eyes. He wore round glass held together with a lot of scotch tape because of all the time Dudley had punched him on the nose. The only thing Harry liked about his own appearance was a very thin scar on his forehead, and that was shaped like a ball of lightning. He had had it as long as he could remember, and the first question he could ever remember asking his Aunt Petunia was how he had gotten it. "In the car crash when your parents died," she said. And and don't ask question. Don't ask question. That was the first rule for a quiet life with the Dursley. Uncle Vernon entered the kitchen as Harry was turning over the bacon. "Comb your hair!" he barked. By by way of a morning greet, by way of morning greeting, about once a week, Uncle Vernon looked over the top of his newspaper and shouted that Harry needed a haircut. Harry must have had more haircut than the rest of the boys in his class put together, but it made no difference. His hair simply grew that way, all over the place. And that's all for me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.